Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another update on Paralives. I know this news is a couple days old now, but I still really wanted to talk about it because it looks really interesting. So we got a new video from Paralives where we can resize, stack, and flip objects. So here's the footage now. You can shorten and widen the desk, and I love that. Like, that's pretty amazing. And you can even change the drawers so that they're on the opposite side if you don't like it on the other side. And then you got a lamp placed down and some shelves. But then he actually places one on the table and shortens it. It squishes it a little bit. And then puts the table lamp on the floor, and this was the part that really got me. It's like, oh my god. Just making a table lamp into a floor lamp. What the heck? Yeah, The Sims wishes it could do this. Like, wow. I don't know if even if this in The Sims 5, if they are working on it, if they were even planning on doing something that crazy. And then they actually put the computer monitors on the shelf and put the plants on the shelf, as well as a laptop. And hey, that's cool. The picture has the dog from Alex Mosse's picture on Twitter. So yeah, then there's just some more clutter. This little cute coffee mug and a statue. So it's just like, wow. Wow. At this point, I'm basically convinced that the build mode in Paralives is going to be better than anything we have ever got in The Sims. If this were The Sims, they'd need to allocate probably some of their budget so that they could have a desk with the drawers on both sides and to have different versions of the shelf that could be like flat like that so that you can put objects on it instead of inside it, and also, of course, yeah, to have a version of a light that could go on the floor and one that can go on the table. So to just see it be so flexible like this, it's pretty much mind-blowing to me. It's like we have to pull their teeth to even get matching island counters now, and we don't even have cabinets for the ones that came in Realm of Magic. And in The Sims, I don't really care for building that much. I'm more of a storyteller and a character creator, but maybe I'll give it a whirl in Paralives and see how it is, because it just looks so fluid. But at this point, I'm more than sold on Paralives build mode. So what about the Parafolk? Well, I'm going to link an article from Paralives Hub in the video description below that talks about even more information, but he pulled this quote from Alex Mosse's Patreon saying, "I know a lot of people are eager to hear about characters and gameplay. I started the game by focusing on build mode, so that's why I have a lot of things to show related to building and placing objects. Expect to see some nice gameplay after Parafolks have been revealed. Still working on them at the moment." Hopefully I do end up loving the Parafolk. I mean, The Sims will always have a special place in my heart, so it's really still hard for me to imagine me liking the Parafolk more than The Sims, but we'll see. We'll see how they look and how they act. Hopefully they could even maybe fit in some things from the start, like turn-ons and turn-offs, and body hair and body piercings. Just some of those things that The Sims 4 does not have at the moment. Actually, just one random thing I thought of now. What if they made it so that plant leaves do not clip through the walls? Oh my god. I was really hoping that would be a thing in The Sims 4, but nope, just the classic plant leaves poking through the wall if they're too close. Because in this footage, it looks like they don't, but also the plants aren't really that big, so it could just be a coincidence. But oh my gosh, that'd be so amazing if they had the technology where it was smart enough for the plant leaves to actually realistically react to walls instead of just clipping right through them. But now moving on to the next part of the article, flip it and reverse it. Alex first speaks about the ability to flip some of the game's objects. For example, you can choose whether the same computer desk will have a set of drawers on the left or the right. When selected, some objects will have the option to be flipped. If a desk has a drawer on the left, you can flip it to switch it to the right. If a statue or a sign is pointing left, you can flip it to make it point to the right. Very useful for anything not symmetrical. And oh my gosh, yes, this is another thing that I love. I still remember how in the Get to Work expansion pack, we got that exit sign, you know, like those ones inside of community venues where they're just like leading you to the nearest exit, and the one in Get to Work only came in one direction. It didn't come with another one, so I had to download a custom content one that was flipped. And yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if I had that in my game anymore. I should go re-download it if I don't, but yeah, oh my gosh, that's so nice. It's just like another one of those things where it's like, oh, if they were making this for The Sims, they would have to allocate the budget to having two different versions of the same object instead of just having it be flexible where you can just flip it around. On to the next part of the article, create your own clutter with object stacking. This is very exciting news for clutter fans. It seems that many objects can be stacked on top of each other. Want to place a stack of crates? No problem, stack as many as you like, either neatly or messily. How about a nice stack of plates on a kitchen cabinet? Simple, you can stack as many as you like in any color or pattern, which brings us to the next feature. Multiple color swatches. As you can see on the little toolbar in the screenshot above, you can change each color of an object individually. Clicking a color will open a color wheel, and you will also be able to select colors from a pre-made list of nice swatches. This will be showcased in the future. Oh my gosh, yes, like they're totally one-upping The Sims here, because they're having the color wheel and some pre-made swatches, so it's a lot better than what we have in The Sims 4. Even though Maxis is occasionally on point with making color swatches match with each other, in my opinion, it still does not beat the color wheel. I think this is still something that's needed. I miss how in The Sims 3, how easy it was to make things match with each other, where you could have all of the things be the exact same color instead of it being slightly different, and it's just enough for you to notice that's like, oh, it's not quite the same. Both when making a Sims outfit or trying to match furniture sets. From what I can tell though, it does not look like Paralives is going to have creative style with all of the pattern options. And even though occasionally I did love putting flames on my Sims cars in The Sims 3, I don't think we absolutely need it in Paralives. For now, I'm just really happy we're getting a color wheel. Maybe they could still add patterns in a later update. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe patterns would still reduce performance a lot, because I think that was the excuse that they did not include creative style in The Sims 4. So yeah, it still matters performance, but as long as we still have a decent game at the end of the day. And also one that runs pretty well, because I know it's City Skylines, that's a really amazing city building game, but it's not the easiest game to run, so hopefully Paralives can strike a better balance. There's still a couple of things to go through in the Paralives Hub article, so unrestricted object resizing. As we have mentioned previously, many objects will allow you to freely resize them to any size you want, such as windows. Alex has confirmed more objects that will be resizable, including shelves, tables, desks, beds, couches, carpets, and even televisions. Yes, the televisions, that especially gets me, because that I can imagine not being too easy, because then you want to make sure that the video that's displayed on the television when the Parafolk are watching them does not look super like out of proportion. It'll be interesting to see how that looks, but yeah, I'm glad about that. Then you can have a lot more flexibility with the exact size of the television that we want, rather than some rigid pre-made sizes. And then customize different parts of an object. This feature is by far the most innovative when it comes to object customization. Ever liked a certain object but wish it had, for example, different handles or a different cupboard? Paralives has got your back. Here is Mase's explanation of how objects can be totally transformed. Do you really like this drawer except the handles? No problem. Some objects have the option to change smaller parts like curtain pole finials, drawer pulls, bed frames, and sheets separately. Once again, the build mode just seems so flexible and fluid in this game. I can't wait to play around with it. And that wraps up another video on Paralives, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments section below, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!